When you see the breakout of the difference in folks who are voting by marital status, I wanted to get your thoughts on this. The citizenfreepress.com says unmarried women broke for Democrats by 37 points. So you look at the report, it says Democrats had 39% married men went for Democrats, 59% of married men went to Republicans. Married women, 42% Democrats. Married women voted 56% towards Republicans. So the idea of a war on women is not true, and it's married women, they're voting more for Republicans. Unmarried men, 52% voted Republican, 45% voted Democrat. Then you get to unmarried women, which represents 23% of the voter base there that voted. And you get 68% for Democrats and 31% for Republicans. How do you explain this?
Well, I think it goes to a very interesting cultural dynamic, at its core. If you have children, if you are invested in your community, if there's something in your life that matters more than your political ideology, and those families typically fall in that camp, it is natural to take the state of America seriously enough to not vote for the clown world, the modern Democratic Party. Unfortunately, on the other side is that American society has turned, at-will abortion as a fundamental human right, and any move to limit that even to something as, basic, as uncontroversial globally. Not that I'm trying to make any sort of moral claim from that, but having abortion laws that mirror that of those progressive utopias of Europe is seen as some sort of grave attack on the existence of womanhood. By the same people telling you there's no difference between. I think literally Gretchen Whitmer going up in her unfortunately successful campaign, still refusing to use the word women, dealing some very feminine aspects of life. It is a problem. The problem is, I think. Yeah.
Who taught 68% of unmarried women that a right to abort a 9-pound baby at 9 months is a sacred aspect of womanhood? Who taught them that?
It is baked into the American historical narrative at this point, right? Where the right to abortion is, right up there with the abolition of slavery in terms of the steady march of civil rights in this country. It is, obviously and necessarily a good thing. It's part of the entire cultural dynamic pumped into people through traditional media, social media, everything in between. It is, and there's no, for too many Americans, there is no competition for this secularization because the place of the church is declining. And the thing is that so Republicans have to find, conservatives, and anyone who cares about, if we can focus, kind of on the political aspect of it to make it simpler. But Republicans have to find a way, not necessarily of winning over those who are committed to those beliefs. I don't know if you can, but I think there is aspects of modern American society where young people have a stacked deck against them when it comes to family formation, when it comes to creating the sort of life that has done a better job of preventing these sort of ideas from being their guiding principle. And so that's where we got to get into conversations about, how can we make it easier for young Americans to own a house, to not be so deep in debt that they put off getting married, making it easier to find spouses. And again, these guys kind of goes to larger questions of culture and meaning that I don't think can be solved entirely by politics. But I do think perhaps, through things like, increasing homestead exemptions for young married couples and things like that, perhaps can be assisted by a policy platform that ultimately, Republicans have to get as serious about rewarding the voting bases that put them in power as Democrats have been at rewarding, college students that broke disproportionately towards them with student loan forgiveness. Rewarding Republican friends, and it has to be as vital to that party as it has been on the other side.